my name is Christelle, and this is Untethered Love. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to your reading, Libra. If you're coming over from TikTok, hi. Thank you for joining us. And if not, hello as well. So we're going to get right into it. As usual, I started off with actually, let me show you the deck. This is the African Goddess Rising deck. This is actually my newest deck, and I really enjoy it. And I highly recommend, support Black creators. Hi, my name is Christelle, and this is Untethered Love. Welcome, Libra, to your reading. If you're coming over from TikTok, thank you for joining us. And let's get right into this reading. As usual, I started off with the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck by Abiola Abrams. I actually really enjoy this deck. This is my newest. This is my newest deck, and I've been using it constantly. As you can see, if you've watched other readings on this channel, which I encourage you to do. Okay, so you actually got three goddesses. We've got Queen Mother Nani, Liberation. I hope this is like in focus. The affirmation for this is, my dreams empower me. Then we've got Queen Nandi, Intuition. The affirmation for this is, I am knowing. And lastly, we have Mbaya Nahanda, Radical Rebirth. And the affirmation for this is, still I rise. And I'm going to throw in a bonus one here, just because this was at the bottom of the deck, and this is just a badass depiction, and I think the badassness is what is running through this reading. And we've got Oya Storms. And the affirmation for this is, I make shifts happen. I make shit happen. All right, Libra, you make shit happen. That might be the title of this reading. So for the cards, in the past position, you've got 6 of Hearts. Present, we've got 4 of Hearts. In the future, we've got the Jack of Spades. So if you look at all the goddess cards that I pulled out, all of them have weapons. All of them. Particularly on the right hand side, which is this masculine energy. Libra is actually, although it's Venusian, is a masculine sign. And your opposite sign, Libra, is Aries, the warrior. And I believe at this time you are being asked to harness this warrior energy, to embody this warrior energy. And I want to make this point before I go any further. All of us are all of the signs. We all have the capability to tap into the frequency of each of the 12 signs. That's why your zodiac chart is not just your sun or your moon. It is the entire circular chart, the 360. You are a whole being, and you hold all of these frequencies within you, and at any given moment or time, whatever you can choose to attune yourself to that frequency. Libra. As a Libra, you are often put in the position to mediate, to bring peace, resolution, compromise to situations. You are probably the mediator within your family, your friend groups. You're often asked to kind of either stop the fights, or when you are, in conflict with others, you may take the position of compromise or backing down a little bit. But I want to say a evolved Libra knows when to harness the opposite sign, which is Aries, which is the warrior, the fighter, the one who's self-centered and not always concerned about others. So you and Aries are always, in your lifetimes, will always be trying to find the balance between self and others, knowing when to compromise and knowing when to fight and really, stick it to them. And I think right now, the universe is asking you to step forward, to tap into your sister sign, Aries, and to be a little selfish and go after what you want, go after your dreams. The affirmation for this, my dreams empower me. This is really beautiful. When I pulled these cards, the sun is what popped out to me. And you've got quite a bit of solar, I won't say quite a bit, but you do have solar energy with this and the 6 of Hearts. The 6 is solar energy in the tree of life. Hold on. Sorry, lots of thoughts. So yes, harnessing solar energy. What I wanted to say about the dreams. Right now, Venus is in Leo. It's going to be in Leo for quite some time until October. It is in the shadow period, but will be going retrograde, I believe, later this month, if I'm not mistaken. This is happening in your 11th house, the house of wish fulfillment, the house of not necessarily our dreams, like when we sleep dream, but more of like our desires, what we dream of acquiring, of having in life. And with Venus, the planet of our values, in the sign of Leo, which is this solar energy, this bright, I shine, I am here kind of energy. I am the center of the universe energy. With Venus going retrograde, it's going to ask you, one, what do you really value? 2, it may bring some sort of monetary, some sort of money, because it is a finance house. It's the 2nd house to the 10th house, which has to do with career and the work we do in the world, in the world stage. So what you acquire from being in the world stage is the 11th house. It also has to do with friendships, the collective. It has to do with fame, recognition, social media. You'll see a lot of people who have big social media presence, or just fame in general, have really good 11th house placements. So to have Venus here, there is the potential to acquire financial gain from the 10th house work that you do in the world, acquire some sort of notoriety, fame, acclaim within whatever sphere you work within. So whatever, you may be a doctor or a tarot reader or whatever, but in putting in the work, harnessing that Aries energy, you're able to acquire something financially, friends, maybe making certain connections as well, because with your 7th house in Aries, the North Node, which is this energy that is constantly hungry, that wants more and more and more, which is good in one sense, but can overdo it. But it's coming into your 7th house of relationships. So now you have 7 and 11 being lit up. And so there's a potential to meet, especially with Venus there, to meet people who are friends, to meet people who introduce you to the right people to get where you need to be. Just that networking energy. Libra, this is something you're naturally gifted at, to network, to meet the right people. Often Libras acquire a lot of success by who they know, not what they know. Keep that in mind. So in order to garner this wish fulfillment, this success of sorts, requires you to put in some sort of effort or allow yourself to shine, to be center stage, and kind of being selfish in a way. There is a need to balance that also. And the reason why I mentioned so much about Leo, if you look, these two lions here, and that's kind of what stuck out to me. The two lions here, and even them being two, there's a need for, again, you'll be meeting counterparts, but there's also a need for balance of your solar and lunar energies with this day and night happening here. This balancing of that. And also in that regard, if you look in this card, it has the shields as well as a couple of spears. So knowing when to be in defense and when to be in offense, a constant, it's gonna be a little bit of a juggling act over the next few months for you. What else I want to say is with the intuition card here, allow, and I've said this before in other readings and in different ways, allow your divine feminine, your high priestess, your intuition to give you the information you need to receive, to download that information into your consciousness, to find out where you need to go, you know, coming from here. And then give instruction to your masculine from that divine feminine energy. Allow your feminine energy to lead and your divine masculine energy to take direction from her. Regardless of whatever non-binary, she, he, whatever the case may be, we all have both of these energies within us. That is the key to juggling this energy of offense and defense, this energy of solar and lunar. Allow yourself to play. Allow yourself to protect and nurture your inner child. I feel like the more you embrace your inner child and really take care of that part of yourself, the stronger your intuition gets, and also the more vitality you'll have to go after those goals, dreams, wishes. It'll be really important right now, one, to, well, in the past position, you have the Six of Hearts, which has to do with its emotion, water. It's this combination of water and fire energy, actually, which is kind of the beginning of manifestation. First comes the fire. Fire and water are like the first two elements, and then comes air, and then earth, which is like the crystallization of all of these three energies, becomes material form, earth. And so this is like a combination of those two energies. On the tree of life, 6 is harmony. So again, this balancing of fire and water call on solar energy to give you that vitality, to give you that clarity, that sight, to light up what you need to see so that you can do it. And in that right now, I would say you actually have done this work already, because this is in the past position. And in doing that and coming into this clarity and balancing of your fire and your water, you've been able to make some sort of foundation for yourself, whether that be spiritual fortitude, a solid spiritual foundation, because this is water energy, or if it's not even only that, you've been able to create some sort of stability in your life in the present moment, or you're moving towards that. And in creating this stability and creating this organization, this is also a Jupiter card. It allows for expansion in your world, like either emotional expansion, spiritual expansion, expansion of your gifts, expansion of your physical environment. There's communication that comes through with this Jack of Spades. And I really feel like this Jack of Spades is another person, which I don't typically associate. A lot of readers will, when they get like, I forget the word for it, like people cards, they'll assign it to different people. I think all of it is a reflection of us. But I think this is another person coming in with some sort of information, news, insight. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. We're gonna open up the cards to see if it's good news, bad news. There is no such, I want to say there is no such thing as bad news, because whatever doesn't fall through or doesn't work out in your favor is a blessing. With Venus going retrograde, I want to say that as well. If something that you dreamed of having or wanting doesn't come through, it's either A, it's not the right time, or B, it's not what you think it is, and if you were to actually acquire it, it wouldn't be fulfilling. Okay, we're gonna pull tarot now. I want to say one more thing, and I kind of said this already. If you look here, she has that horn. I keep looking at it. So I feel like there's a need to vocalize what you want, vocalize these things you want to acquire. That will help bring it in. To also just allow yourself, again, to shine, to harness kind of that Leo energy, to be front and center. Just being like, hey, I'm here, look at me, you know? Yeah. Huh. I just noticed something on this card. I don't know if you can see, but if you look in the bushes, there are two masks hiding in the bushes. People are watching you. Not to sound like, not to fear monger or anything, but there are eyes on you. And I don't think you are necessarily aware that there are eyes on you. But don't let that scare you. Don't be afraid of the limelight because you think, like the fear of being seen. Don't allow that to not let you be the bright person that you are. So look at the sun creating a halo around her. She is although she's holding a weapon, she's quite relaxed and has a certain level of like poise. And it's just like, Even though there are people lurking in the bushes. And although there are people lurking in the bushes, she's strapped, you know. So if she needs to, again, knowing when you got to be on that defense or offense. Whatever energy people are sending towards your way, whether it be good or whether it be positive or negative, harness that energy, transmute it, and use it to empower yourself. Because you have your protection. You always have your protection with you. So there's no need to be scared of being ambushed. I've actually never seen those two masks before. I never noticed that. Yes. Lastly, I want to say this. Going after what you want, going after this wish fulfillment, going after your dreams. The act of doing that is a liberation within of itself, is a rebirth. Liberation and radical rebirth. It is setting you free and making you like anew. All right, tarot. 6 of Swords and Page of Cups just popped out. Leaving something behind. Okay, so at the center of the read, 6 of Swords came out again. This is being crossed by the Hangman. At the bottom, what's grounding this energy is your card, the Justice. In the past position, we have Death. Overarching energy is Temperance. In the near future, we have the Lovers. More of your energy is the 8 of Wands. External forces is the 10 of Wands. Your advice is the High Priestess. And the outcome, 5 of Cups. So, I want to say there's some sort of paradigm shift happening for you. Hold on, let me just give my thoughts. Because there's multiple things coming. So there's a leaving behind of sorts towards making a decision that is based on something you're receiving from a higher source. I want to say, one, you're really protected right now. And like your angels, you might be receiving a lot of information. You're receiving a lot of downloads. I think your intuition is activated right now, or your communication with spirit is very activated right now. It's really important it's very easy to be distracted by what we externally see, by external stimuli. And I want you to not pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to that, to see this reality we are in, this physical reality, is an illusion. And it's important to remember that, so that you keep your mind where it needs to be. Like your mind is the key. Libra, you're an air sign. Your mind is really important. You're definitely balancing. This is at the bottom, this is at the top. There's some sort of balancing happening within you. I think you're receiving information, downloads on how to create that balance within you. And in kind of this inner alchemy, this, what is it called? I don't know, when you put a little bit of this, put a little of that, and it's like right in the middle, very like Goldilocks sort of, and then again with this two equal sides, and your advice here is like this balancing energy, just like left, right, left, right. In coming to this frequency, this Goldilocks frequency, you're going to be able to get what you want. But I think you're going to be, as of right now, you are kind of blinded to what is actually possible. And just being disappointed because things don't look exactly how you want them to be with this Five of Cups. And you've had to hold a lot of burden. You've had a lot of responsibility with the Ten of Wands here. And then we have the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Wands becomes Two of Wands, really deciding where do you go from here. This really sounds all disjointed. I know this kind of sounds disjointed. I'm a little bit all over the place, but I hope this makes sense. So yeah, carrying a lot of burdens, responsibilities, it feels tough, and you're like, can I keep going? And I want to say you can. Continue to transition out of, I want to say the worst is over. We have the Death in the past position, and then like presently we have the Six of Swords. Sometimes when we are leaving behind certain things, it takes some time to transition out. And also, if we are in a particular frequency for so long, you have to slowly come out of that to get to where you belong. And you can't just do it all at once, because it's going to feel too shocking to your system, your nervous system, your psyche. And if it feels too shocking, there is the possibility to kind of sabotage it all or leave it all behind. Or just be dissatisfied, even though this is something that you wanted all along. I want to compare this to, I don't know if you guys know this, when someone undergoes starvation for really long periods of time. You know, when you see those videos of like children in like Syria or anything like that, and like their stomachs are like bulging. When they're giving these children or these people food again, you can't give them a plate of food to digest. Their digestive system is not used to that. Their body's not used to that. So if they eat too much too quickly, they will get sick. So what they do is actually they give them peanut butter. And because the peanut butter is soft, easy to digest, high in fat, has high fat content, it has protein in it, it has sugar, carbohydrate, sugars in it, that is used to refeed them and get their digestive system moving again and acclimated with digesting food. And then they slowly incorporate more solid foods until they're better again and satiated again. So if you're coming from this place where you are in starvation, in lack, not getting the things that you want, and now you're leaving that, you're transitioning from this death over here, like that, transitioning, balancing. You have to do it gradually. And with that two, again, the Two of Wands, there's like an impatience that's happening within you. But it's an illusion, because I saw the outcome as the Five of Cups, and I was like, hold up, let me shuffle a little more. And the Moon card came out with the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Cups. You in your feelings, and being in your feelings is blinding you to what is actually happening, what the situation actually is. Because what is coming is, we've got the Ace of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. There's passion and money waiting for you, darling. And communication of that passion and money and material foundation. This spark within you. The most important thing you can do right now is keep your morale high. And keeping, again, when I said before, nurturing your inner child, having fun and play. In doing that, in playing, having fun, choosing to see things from a different perspective, kind of turn your frown upside down, turn your mind upside down, look at things from a different perspective. Although externally you are dealing with a Ten of Wands, you've got to see it from a different perspective, because what is externally happening is an illusion. And I know that sounds very like delusional, but sometimes you got to be a little bit delulu, okay? And your advice is the High Priestess. Oftentimes people who operate in this High Priestess energy, people look at them like they're crazy. How many times do we hear the stereotype of women being crazy because we are intuitive beings? And we move from intuition, we see things that others can't see. And then later on, way down the line, they're like, oh, you were actually right. You saw shit that none of us could see. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun card. Play with your inner child. Do something that activates that. Me particularly, I did not have a lot of, I didn't get to engage in a lot of different things as a child, like extracurricular activities, just because of money, resources, all of that. So now, this summer, I told myself I'm gonna do all the things I didn't get to do as a kid. So I've been practicing roller skating. I've been learning how to swim. I've been going to the pool like every other day. I want to learn how to ride a bike this summer. I don't have a bike, so we'll see if I'll get access to that. But all of these things, if there's anything in your childhood that you did not get to do, if there's like, you didn't get to eat out, you didn't get to have ice cream, you didn't get to go camping, do sleepovers with your friends, all of these things, anything that you felt restricted in acquiring or accessing in your childhood, go after that. Or if there's something that you did enjoy as a child and you haven't enjoyed in a very long time, go do that. And being in that present moment of basking in your inner child energy, frolicking like this little baby on the horse in this inner child energy, it'll help you not focus on this. Not focus on this. But it'll actually ignite this. I'm just going to clarify a couple of these. Again, the Six of Swords. Too many. The Four of Swords and the Three of Pentacles caught my eye. There's a whole bunch of cards that popped out. But again, collaboration, one, but rest, another. Yeah, it came out again. So the Six of Swords was clarified with the Four of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Resting. So, okay, a couple of things. The Four and the Six of Swords, this breaks down to a Two of Swords. So being of two different minds. Again, you're in this transitionary period of having this sort of like living in this lack and being in this abundance, this happy frequency child energy, and then being in the lack of the past. So one being of those two places. Resting allows you, the Four of Swords allows you to transition fully into this abundant, prosperous frequency. That's one. Then we have the Six, the Eight, and the Nine of Pentacles. Allow others to help you. You may need to be asking for help. If you're in a tough position right now, ask for help. If you have this Ten of Wands, these burdens, ask for help. It is there. Also, the help that you will receive, one, with the Six and Eight, asking for this help will allow you to do the diligent work you need to do to push forward and use that Aries energy to like build, to create, to manifest. And also it'll help you, like, all of this work that you're gonna do is going to help you recognize your value. Venus in retrograde in Leo, recognizing your value. You deserve some help sometimes. You deserve to be in a frequency of abundance. You deserve to have prosperity. It is in fact your birthright to have all of these things. As a child of the divine, as someone with divine DNA coursing through your veins, you deserve the beautiful things of life. I just need you to believe that you do. I am deserving. There's another affirmation. Oh, I was also going to say this. The Four and the Six of Swords, if you add them up, that's so funny. The bottom deck, we got 10 of Swords. So whatever you are leaving behind, it is done. It's finished. Finito. Let me just get clarity on the Lovers. And you have to make the decision to leave it behind. With the Lovers card, people often associate it with romance. But it actually has to do with making a decision from your higher self, a divinely guided decision, from a balanced place of your masculine and feminine energy. The Lovers card was clarified with Judgment, Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Hermit card. Making the decision, one, you're being called to embody this Empress energy. You're being called, the judgment card is calling you to embody this Empress energy, to recognize your value, and to really to go into some sort of introspection to recognize your value. And I'm just going to clarify the High Priestess, and then I'll pull an oracle for you. Okay. Honestly, yeah. Okay, so the High Priestess was clarified with Four of Pentacles, Tower, Ace of Cups, and the Hierophant. In going within, in tapping into your feminine intuitive energy, you're going to get that aha moment. You're going to get that aha moment that will dismantle paradigms, programming, thought forms, tear down some sort of tradition. Maybe it's a mindset, the traditional mindset, something that has been long standing within you, within your being, within your reality, within your ancestral line. It's going to come crashing down. Whatever this holding on to bring some sort of renewal, spiritual renewal. And then coming into the spiritual, everything starts in the spiritual planes. So once as you have this spiritual renewal, it can be reflected in your external reality. It has to happen inside first for it to be reflected outside. So allowing these things to crash down brings forth this Ace of Cups energy. And it's going to be a little bit of a battle with the Five of Wands. It's going to be an internal battle. But it's possible, baby. Got the Ten of Cups popped out. Be patient with yourself. Okay. This is already getting very long. I always do this. I'm just going to pull one oracle card as advice. Can I get one card for Libra? Can I get one card for Libra? You know what? Fuck it. We'll do this one too. So we got Spirit Quartz and Bronzite. I'll read from the book. Spirit Quartz, connecting to community, universal love, harmony, cooperation. We heal in partnership, the strong lifting up the weak, taking turns supporting each other. When this crystal spirit appears, the message is to reach out and connect to your community and discover the true power of your gifts through sharing them with others. Your willingness to put the highest good ahead of the wants of your small self is called for now. Reciprocity does not mean keeping ledger, but instead feeling the power of offering kind words and acknowledgments. You have the power to change the lives of others and awaken them to the abundance and love available from the conscious universe who works through us all. Today, even the smallest outreach will make a big difference. This crystal message is to remember your co-creative powers, open up to receiving the gifts you hope for. It may be reminding you that it is a great gift to allow someone the power of giving to you without expectation of reciprocity. For in doing so, they experience their strength, abundance, and generosity. Listen to your intuition today as you give and receive, connecting to community in a shared desired for healing and replenishment. Gotta ask for help. And bronzite, loyalty, trust, steadfastness, self-respect, trusting the conscious universe has your back. Now is the time to be sure you trust in the conscious universe and remain true to your authentic self, as bronzite spirit appears with the message that loyalty must be earned. Be judicious in extending your trust, knowing it is a gift from the conscious universe that must be honored. Respect others by being trustworthy yourself, speaking of them in ways that are honorable. Heal the past by owning your role in it so that you may trust yourself again, having learned the lessons that strengthen you. Trust, my love. Don't be fooled by what is externally present. Have trust that you are transitioning out of wherever you are right now, and there is a lot to be received. Reciprocity. That is the end of the reading. I hope that you enjoyed this, and until next time, Libra, bye-bye.